Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Seth Curry has solidified his place in the league. He says, I've just embraced my role no matter where I've been. Growing up with the Pops who played 16 years in the NBA and who was never a starter, I looked up to him just as much, if not more, than the All-Stars. I wanted to have a long career, just like him. Kevin?
On his way, for sure. David, thanks. And a big issue for teams, Greg, this time of year, keeping players healthy for the long haul. Coaches, we're seeing, starting to adjust rotations, keeping an eye on guys' minutes.
And, Kevin, it's such a long season. The teams have to keep the key players fresh. It's not a strategy everyone loves, but it's a necessary concern in today's NBA.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard pair, Ball and Rozier. The big men on the floor. It's Washington and Plumlee. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And for the Nets, Durant is the 4, with Claxton playing the 5. Kyrie Irving is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward. That one falls.
Rozier is confident as an offensive player. He knows he has what it takes to get it done from there.
KD on the wing. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
Now, here is O'Neal. Following the miss by LaMelo Ball. Outside Irving. And the pass to Simmons. The fader. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
We hear a lot about the work Simmons is putting into his jump shot. Great to see him make use of it in the game.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Screen by McDaniel. Offensive rebound. Plumlee goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Here's KD. No good on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way.
There's one thing that's become clear about this Hornets team. They've become one of the best passing teams in the league.
Ball from long range. Again, ball missing.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Here's Durant. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Charlotte's passing has improved a lot in the last few seasons. Greg, even more.
Yeah, their assist numbers have been terrific, and they keep their turnovers to a minimum. That's a trend you want to see continue.
Ball against Simmons. Washington with a screen on Simmons. It's rebounded by Durant.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Count it. Good.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
Outside, Ball. Washington sets the pick for Ball. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by KD. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Rozier kicks the ball. And the officials call a traveling violation. And now the 2K leaderboard. If you want to talk defense and talk block shots, just have a look at these teams, what they've done the last month. The Nets second.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
Now, here is Irving. His last outing, he had 18 points. Good on the bucket.
Irving, excellent at converting with either hand. He's got a special talent for finishing in the lane.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Plumlee. Oubre comes in for McDaniels. Bouknight, he's checked in for Terry Rozier. And it's Dennis Smith in for Ball. Now here is Smith. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Oubre. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And you know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
Here's Mills after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. 4 on the clock. The rebound by Richards. The Hornets trail. 1:33 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Bouknight from deep Washington. They get it again. The shot will not fall. And here's Curry who brings it up for Brooklyn. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
The Nets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Harris kicks to Mills. Warren against Washington. Warren, good.
Well, the defense was right there, right in Warren's face, but his craftiness got him the win.
Smith with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. It's taken away by Smith. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance. Washington passes to Bouknight. Rebound, Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
A really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front, leading by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Here is Durant. He's coming off a 31-point game against Boston.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
Durant is the 4, with Claxton playing the 5. Ben Simmons is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's O'Neal in at the 3. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Irving. Here's Claxton. No good that time. And the Hornets now going the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Off target from outside. Nets leading by 4.
And after that trade request this summer, Kevin Durant still a Brooklyn Net. The offers weren't enough to move the needle, and the decision was made to run it back. One thing's for sure, when you've got KD, you've got a chance.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Good advice. David, thanks.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Ball kicks to Oubre. Plumlee with a screen on Irving. Oubre passes to Plumlee. The shot comes out. The Nets with the lead. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Lets it go with the three. Plumlee with the rebound. And here are the Hornets now. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. Ball against Simmons. Ball no good. Brooklyn leading by 6. Now O'Neal. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Passes it to Irving. Fires the three. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Really rare to see a guy that's 6'11" have the kind of elite passing skills that Ben Simmons has. Really, really impressive.
Plumlee sets the pin for Rozier. Charlotte no good that time either.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Simmons passes to Claxton. Irving from long range. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Hornets now going the other way. Here's Ball. And the layup's good off the glass. Ball's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, that sudden burst by Ball is so effective. Zipping in before the defense can react.
Here's Durant. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Pass to Rozier. Charlotte moving it around. And stolen by Simmons. And then Durant with the jam.
Boy, with that long reach of his, so easy for KD to throw it down.
Greg, Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
And the Hornets call time here. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Plumlee. P.J. Washington comes in for Kelly Oubre. Book Knight, he's checked in for Terry Rozier. And Maladon subbed in for Ball. And here is Maladon. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. The pass to Washington. And the Hornets miss again. And so Curry will bring it up for the Nets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. 1:53 left now here in the second. Inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, you played on some gritty teams, and we hear that expression, getting punched in the mouth, and it's not usually literal, but what's that look like on the floor? What's it feel like on the court?
Kevin, you're just out hustling and out muscling the team. At times you'll see it, they kind of checked out mentally, and I'll tell you what, it is one of the best feelings in sport.
First one falls for him. And for a lot of up-and-coming teams, getting better defensively is the key to reaching, Greg, that next level. That being considered, what's the first step in that improvement?
A lot of times it's bringing in a great defender, like a Pat Beverly or an Andre Iguodala, a defensive anchor who also inspires his teammates to take that challenge.
Here's Book Knight. And a miss there on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
We've got 1:28 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Warren. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Curry. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Booknight. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Basket counts.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Kicks it to Warren. Shoots over Washington. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Passes to Booknight. Pass to Washington. There's 3-pointers off the mark. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Sumner. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And Warren the bucket on the assist by Curry. Warren's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. Now here's Booknight. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Brooklyn with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
Good to see you and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, we saw a whole lot of dribbling out there, Shaq. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Dribble, dribble, dribble. You know the saying. But not a lot of playmaking. It was like watching 5 individuals out there rather than a team. If you're not going to play together, you're at a major disadvantage.
And now let's talk about that first half. A look at the top performers from both teams so far.
Well, you look at these two carrying the scoring load, both playing some fantastic basketball in the first half.
We'll see if the imminent halftime coaching adjustments can slow down either guy. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. The big men on the floor. It's Washington and Plumlee. The guard pair, Ball and Rozier. And it's McDaniels at the 3 spot.
Well, KD's still a net after asking for a trade. The team looked, but didn't feel the deal was there. And Durant will continue to play, but you feel like this story could drag on until the trade deadline or beyond.
It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Plumlee.
Boy, nice vision that time from the point guard. Rozier's responsibility is to know when his teammate is open and get the ball there.
The pass to Claxton. Irving looking over the floor. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 9.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
He's doing everything he can to put this game to bed, and great score there to help his team.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. The Nets have tremendous talent, of course, but there have been some challenges. KD says, I know the fans have high expectations for us, but if you're a fan, you'll appreciate Nets basketball and what we're trying to build. and you'll follow us along this journey because you never know what may happen. Kevin, back to you.
Great. David, thank you. Outside Irving. Simmons passes to Claxton. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Claxton's got his first basket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And Plumlee kicks to Ball. The shot's good. Ball's got 4 points this quarter.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Stolen by Washington. Outside, Ball. Pass to Rozier. Washington sets the pick for Rozier. That shot off.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Plumlee dishes the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Ben Simmons. And how exciting it must be to have LaMelo Ball, Clark, on your team.
Kevin, clearly one of the most exciting guards in the league. The anticipation was through the roof for Ball, and needless to say, I think he's lived up to it.
That's good from Ball.
And after winning the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball was even better his sophomore campaign. He continues to grow his game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Thomas checked in for Royce O'Neal, and it's Mills in for Simmons. The Hornets also changing it up. Nick Richards, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. Kelly Oubre comes in for McDaniels, and Smith subbed in for Terry Rozier.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Durant, and he goes right over Mason. Plumlee and slams it down.
Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. And for LaMelo Ball's second-year break, where did you see him improve the most?
I think taking on more of a scoring load, the Ball's points per game were significantly up, but LaMelo also improved his three-point and free throw shooting numbers. So rounding out that offensive game will be important.
Pocket 2, Oubre. Here's Plumlee, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Plumlee's got 6.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And that one's good, Irving.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Richards. Nice defense from KD.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
1:29 left in the third. Misses from 6 feet away. Hornets trail by 12. Here's Oubre. Another shot. He lays it in. Oubre's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Outside, KD. Outside for Thomas. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Richards. Richards got 6 rebounds in the game. Ball, the pass to Richards. The kick out to Ball. There's the pick. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Nets leading by 10. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he gets the bucket. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter.
And defensively, these guys are looking for answers since halftime. They've seemed disjointed and out of sync. They have got to get back that rhythm defensively. And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Irving with it. From deep. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall.
This is exactly where length and instinct combine to provide a stop. Ball doing it nicely at the defensive end.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a 10-point lead. They have made it very tough to... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Joe Harris is out there with Warren. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Curry. And it's Sumner in at the point. So that's the Nets 5. There's a screen by Washington. Paladon passes to Washington. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Washington's got his first points in this one. Nets leading by 8. Here's Sumner. Pass to Warren. On the wing, Harris. Back to Warren. Leaner from distance. Oubre pulls it in.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the leaner.
Pass to Washington. The pass to Rozier. Oubre on the wing. Washington with the screen on Harris. Oubre with the clock winding down. And then Washington with the dunk.
Oh, I tell you, you look at Washington's motor and his effort, a lot to like about both. I mean, he uses his length and instincts to do a good job on the glass.
Here's Simmons, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 8.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Sumner. Screen by Simmons. Sumner's shot is off. So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And here is Maladon. From 12 feet out. Misses off the right eye. Nets leading by 6. Curry dishes to Warren. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Warren's all-around skill set impressive. This guy is an offensive force.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Brooklyn.
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
And also, got to be impressed with their interior play, getting in the paint and figuring out ways to score.
Well, I tell you what, coaches really love reliable shooters like Warren. I mean, he's a talented guy who can really get it done from anywhere on the floor.
Sharps checked in for Brooklyn. Royce O'Neal comes in for Joe Harris. The Hornets also changing it up. Plumlee comes in for Kelly Oubre, and Bouknight comes in for Maladon. Hornets trail by 8. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Bouknight passes to Rozier. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Rozier doing a nice job working himself through contact to draw the foul.
That's good from Rozier. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. And it's Kevin Durant in for T.J. Warren. And both free throws good for Rozier.
You know, Rozier is known as an energy guy, but he's also a talented scorer who has a real hunger to continue to improve.
Durant with a wide open look. Gets an open look and hits. And the Nets lead by 8.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Plumlee with a screen on Curry. Here's Rozier. He sinks the 11-footer. Rozier's got 4 points this quarter.
Rozier doing good work that time in the pick and roll.
Timeout called, the Nets. Checked in for Curry. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Ball's checked in. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Claxton. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Plumlee's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. In transition, here come the Nets. Simmons is running. Outside Irving. Fires for 3. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Rozier. And Charlotte turns it over again. Here's Irving. 1:39 left to play in the final quarter. And Jalen McDaniels picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. To the inside. The kick out to Irving. 1:20 left in the fourth quarter. Plumlee with the rebound. Hornets trail by 6.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Ball finds Rozier. That one's not going to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Irving passes to Durant. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Durant's ability to score in a lot of different ways is huge. And he makes it look easy.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving against Rozier. Passes it to Washington. Washington sets the pick for Ball. Out to the wing. And Plumlee kicks to Rozier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Irving. Charlotte again missing. And so it's Katie with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. 8-point game. Pass to O'Neal. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And the Hornets call time here. They're behind by 8. 12 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Now Mills. So it's the Nets picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much with Kevin Durant. Kate, a slow start for you offensively, but you were able to stay aggressive. How do you keep that mentality as a great scorer?
Well, you got to keep shooting, no matter what happens. So it's easy to, play well throughout the game when you're making shots, but when you're missing, you got to get your mind right, and that's what I tried to do, is just stay aggressive.
And it sure showed out there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. As we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.